y'all, this is Amanda and welcome back to my Texas Zone 8A garden. And today I'm going to be showing you a little bit about the vintage market days that I go to every year with my daughter and my mother. It's a really great place to find a lot of beautiful treasures, and I always have those treasures in the garden, and so I thought I'd take the time to give you all a little bit of a tour of it and then show you all what I purchased at the end. Okay, so Vintage Market Days is an actual company that goes to a lot of different places in the United States. I'm going to put a link down below if you're interested to see if they're in your particular area. Typically for my area, they're here in May and they're here in November. However, I did hear that next year they're not going to be here in May. Instead, they're going to come in September and then November. I'm not super excited about that September date, as the buildings that they do the market in are not air conditioned, and in September it's still 100 degrees here in Texas. So basically this is a culmination of vendors from widespread areas. Of course, a lot are local to the state of Texas, but there are some that come from other states. They bring in all their beautiful antique, vintage, found, thrifted items, and it's really, really fun to kind of sift through them. A lot of the vendors spend a lot of time beautifying, making these absolutely gorgeous setups, which is really fun to kind of look at and then grab inspiration from, which is really nice. I love it because there's a wide variety. I do think it tends to be a little bit more rustic, where I don't love rustic. I love a little bit more of the Victorian aspect of antiques, but it's still beautiful and there's still a really great mix. Some of the prices are full-blown prices and some of them are really good prices, and so it really just depends on, you know, what they're doing, what they have in sight. You can totally buy really large, beautiful pieces. You can buy really small, simple pieces, and then there are booths that sell brand new items if you're interested in things, especially like jewelry or clothing. They also have kind of different food trucks and food set up in different areas, which is fun as well. And then in the middle between the two separate buildings filled with all the vendors, they have just an outdoor area where you can sit and rest and enjoy a break. They typically have live music, and it's just a really nice place to take a break. It does get pretty humid in the two buildings, even when it's cold outside. This last May when my daughter and I went, it was really, really hot. I was really surprised. It was a lot better this November, and so that's one of the big reasons I'm not super excited about their September dates. Now, when I'm going to market or when I'm going to someplace like this where I have experience going, I've been going for a lot of years, I usually have a list of what I'm looking for so that I don't like veer too far off the list. Even though I had this beautiful list this year, I just got confused on what I bought. So I definitely ended up with more than I originally intended. And the fall market is mainly focused on Christmas and gift type of items. The spring market has been where I buy a lot of my garden treasures. So today you're going to see mostly items that are for holiday decor. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the items that I purchased. So I did purchase two large-scale paintings, and I'll put those up so you can take a look. I look for paintings all the time, whether I'm at the thrift store or the market. Either one. I'm really into them. I don't like prints. I prefer that it be an original painting. And so this particular vendor that I love to go to, he always has a great selection of paintings. And he's actually located, he has a booth in McKinney, which is kind of cool. I've never actually been to that booth, but he utilizes the vintage markets as an opportunity to basically clearance all the stuff that hasn't sold in his booth. So his prices are usually really great. But I ended up with a couple of paintings, really excited about them. One will hang over my new bedroom set. I had just got a new king-size bed. And so this is really pretty. The king-size bed is really modern. And then this kind of antique frame gives it, just kind of takes down the modern a little bit, which is nice. And then a beautiful winter scene that's going to hang over my fireplace this year. I am going to be doing a little bit of work on the frame. I'm going to be painting it a really dark, a beautiful kind of velvety green color. Okay, so those are my two largest ones. And then I selected a variety of other items. And I really have a lot of brass that I bring out during the holidays. I love mixed metals. And this year in my house, I'm really focusing on like a green velvet and metallic tones. And so I do have some items in here. When I'm selecting Christmas items, I try to select something that is unique. I try to select something that's vintage. So I don't want to buy the mass produced if I don't have to. And I also try to choose some items that I work into my design that don't necessarily read Christmas the rest of the year, but that they can be dressed up as Christmas during the holiday times. So a couple of different ones. I did pick up an additional brass candlestick. Now this candlestick, the reason I chose it is because it's an oval shape and not a rounded shape, and I thought that was really unusual. I hadn't seen anything like that. I did get this for $18. However, this particular booth that I purchased at, it was like buy three, get one free or half off or something like that, which was really fun. So I did have a discount from that $18, but it's in really good shape. It's, you know, made in India, as a lot of the brass is. It's definitely a vintage piece, and it will go great with my brass candlestick collection. A couple of other brass pieces I ran into were Christmas trivets. And if you don't know what a trivet is, it's basically something that you put down and you put a hot pot on top of it. And I picked up these really pretty brass trivets, definitely older. This one I got for $12. It's a really large size and has a really excellent, beautiful detailing on it, which I thought was really great. I was really happy with the price of it as well. And I don't necessarily think that I'm going to be utilizing this as a trivet. I think that it would be really fun, like set up on the shelves in my kitchen where I like to put a lot of decor. I think that'd be nice. And then I bought this additional trivet, which I really loved. So it says, actually has like a signature in the back. It says Ruby or Ruby 1983, I believe. It's 83. But this was really pretty. I believe I got this one for like $8. It's really nice. It's got the little pegs, you know, to help it stand up above, but it has a really nice detailing on it with all the little toys underneath the Christmas tree. So I fell in love. So now I have two brass Christmas trivets. So one more and it's a collection. So apparently this is a thing. But yeah, I'm thinking these will be really nice propped up against the wall on the shelves in my kitchen.
Got
also found this sweet little ceramic container with a lid. It has a beautiful red glaze that has flecks of green in it. This is, I think, a hobbyist piece. On the bottom, it says 1977, and it was made by someone named Bess. They carved their name on the bottom. Now, I have some background in ceramics, and typically red glaze is not food safe. It typically has lead in it. So I will not be putting anything like candy or anything like that in this. But I think this would be beautiful to pour up as a candle, fill it with old candle wax and make a candle out of it. I could put wrapped candy in here. That would be all right. But I really love the bright, beautiful color, and I love that it was made by Bess and that it's nearly 50 years old. Okay, another piece I purchased is some more blue and white stoneware. And for those of you who know me and been following for a while, you know that I have a collection of blue and white stoneware pitchers. And it started with a piece that belonged to my father's mother, so my grandmother, but then it also belonged to her mother, so my great-grandmother. And it started with just that one piece, and it's built, and I'm up to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This might be piece number 6 or 7. And I don't collect the same patterns. I always collect a different pattern. So this one is one that I've never seen before. It has cherries on it, which I thought was absolutely beautiful. And this vendor had this listed for $70, which is way more than I wanted to pay for these pictures. $50 is max what I would pay for one of these pictures. So I did ask him if he would accept $50, and he did. So I was really excited. And then I got to talking with him for a while too. And that's one of the great things about something like these fairs. I got to talking, and he was asking if I had ever collected the green and white stoneware pieces, and I was like, I didn't even know those existed. And he's like, well, I'm not surprised you didn't know because they're so rare to find. But he did tell me if I'm ever out thrifting or at garage sales and I come across a green and white piece, that I should absolutely purchase it because they are worth about quadruple what the blue and white one was. So basically he's saying that something like a picture like this in green and white would be worth about $200. Okay, I ended up picking up this vintage cake stand piece. And the reason I picked it up was for the coloring and for the detail. I really love like this amber golden color of the glass. I think it has really beautiful detailing, and it really has a clarity that catches the light wonderfully. I ended up getting this guy for $16. And I really love the look of it, but I purchased this because I think the color can work through multiple seasons. I think it'll go great during this Christmas time because I have a lot of metallic tones, and I think this picks up on the golden aspect. This will obviously do really great during the fall as well because it's a beautiful amber tone. But I also think it'd be great for the spring because I think you can play up the yellow aspect of it in the spring and the same idea within the summer. So I really, really liked the piece. I like that it was glass. I have a lot of ceramic cake stands, but I love kind of the luminosity of this one, and I think it'll look really, really nice. Basically kind of planning on the shelves in my kitchen. And so when I'm decorating for Christmas or pretty much any holiday, I have just some set areas where I put my decor. I try not to spread it out evenly throughout the whole house. Instead, I like to have some beautiful focal points. Typically, my focal points for Christmas are my fireplace mantle, my Christmas tree, and then the set of shelves that I have in my kitchen area. Now for Halloween, the kitchen area was set up almost like a witch's laboratory. And so for Christmas, I want to set it up almost like a winter gathering area, basically a winter kitchen where you would have, you know, beautiful pieces, but you would have herbs and spices and plants and bottles and all the things that you've kind of contained so that you can have these things over the winter to supply yourself, you know, for food or whatever, even though that's not the direction I would actually be utilizing it as, but I want that kind of gathered, beautiful aspect. And so I'll actually probably have a video on how I decorate those shelves, how I'm utilizing houseplants in that area, and how I like to utilize my vintage items there as well. So another brass piece I ended up picking up was this star design, and typically when I see this particular brass piece, because I've seen it in multiple places, it's a star and it's a candle holder, candelabra situation. Typically when I see it, they're much bigger and harder to store. And so the one at this size, I really loved it. And basically you would put like taper candles in here. You can also do things like you can put a bottle brush Christmas tree in these instead of candles. You can put beautiful ornaments just turned upside down on them, would be really nice. Pomegranates. You can utilize this for a lot of different ways. You don't don't have to use it just for candles. I also think that this star can lend itself to my fall Halloween decor, which I think would be great when I go more the witches direction. But really, really love this piece. I ended up getting this one for $18. It was part of that one deal on that one vendor who had multiple items. If you bought two, you got one free. This over. So this piece right here is Santa's sleigh in brass, and I'm not really sure what it was used for. I kind of think it might have been like a soap holder, like hold soap or something. I'm not really sure what its original idea and design was, but it's a very delicate, surprisingly, and basically it has these beautiful reindeer that are prancing or flying, and then it's got this gorgeous sleigh here at the end, which is really nice, beautiful detailing on it. And I really love the look of it for Christmas. I actually think it would be beautiful year-round. But I love the wintry aspect of it, which I think will be fun. I could put just like a beautiful ornament, like a hand-beaded ornament by my grandmother would be really pretty sitting in this. You could utilize this in a bathroom and have soaps in it, which would be really nice. You can put candy in it. You could put a candle. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. I like its low stature. And when I'm decorating, I like to have a high, medium, low situation when I'm creating vignettes. And so I love the low stature of this, and I love that it's highly detailed. Okay, and then my final find for the day, my daughter actually spotted, and my mom and I were so proud of her. She's been going with us for multiple years to the vintage craft fair, the vintage market. And in the beginning, you know, she wasn't as interested. She was more interested in just sparkly and pretty. And then now she has started having her own vision and own opinion about things, which is kind of cool because I see her gravitating to like things that are her style. She loves to collect vintage china, very small, petite, like tea sets kind of situations. She collects those. She did find some of that, and then she also loves vintage jewelry. It's just been really fun. So she pointed this piece out, and it was originally open, propped up like this, and was filled with ornaments. So she really could only see like the back aspect of it, but she knew that I had mentioned stained glass, that I was open and interested in collecting or looking for stained glass. And so this piece is obviously a handmade piece. It's not signed on the bottom. I don't think it's by a particular company because of the roughness of it. It kind of has a hobbyist feel to it, but a high-end hobbyist. I'm someone who's been doing it for a lot of years. I think it's kind of the direction. The whole box is red and white. Now its chain right here is broken, but that's a very easy fix. And once I've got that, the lid won't flip all the way open. I would think you would keep something like napkins in here, or jewelry, or remotes, or coasters, or whatever it is. but it just has this like beautiful luminosity to it. I love stained glass, and I got this piece for $24. And the stained glass for me reminds me of when I was younger. One of my best friends, her mother made stained glass, and so for our birthdays, she would always give us like stained glass night lights and things like that. And we had a lot of that growing up. So this really kind of brought that aspect back, and it made me think. The friend's name was Amanda Holland, and her mom's name was Marty, and it was very cool that she always did stained glass. Anytime we went over to her house, I could see whatever stained glass project she was working on, which was very cool. Okay, so that is my haul from the vintage market. Now I know that this is far outside of gardening and it's not typically what I show you all, but I get a lot of comments when I show you different things that I found or I do a haul from shopping, or everybody wants to know where I got it from and how much and things like that. So I thought that this would just be a really fun aspect. Like I said, I typically go to this vintage market twice a year. I usually have a list of what I'm looking for, and it's a really fun thing to do. I don't know how it's going to shape up next year now that they're not going to have a spring show, because that's typically where I get all my gardening things, and they had a lot of gardening stuff there this time as well. I just wasn't into it. I was in the Christmas vibe right now, and but it's a really fun show for you to check out if they have anybody like that in your area, and you can check their website below to see if they come anywhere near your area. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I would love to show you guys more of my thrifting and more of my shopping hauls and where I find things on Facebook Marketplace and things like this. I try to be pretty thrifty on stuff. This vintage market is more expensive than if I were to purchase something in a thrift store, but it's also got everything together in one place. All of these have already been curated, meaning they've been found, cleaned up, priced, and put out. And so it's definitely more of a curated selection, and when it's more curated, it definitely comes with a higher price tag. So a lot of these are full-blown retail price, and then some of them are a little bit less. But for me, it's worth it, considering I only shop there once or twice a year. All right, you all, as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know my latest videos are up. And be sure to check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.
Oh, poor baby, that's scary. Poor little girl.
Ivy's so mean. You're so mean. Oh, I love it. Pull the stuff out of the box and let's see how much the box is.
Oh my gosh.
Good find, baby girl. $24, worth it.
Oh my gosh. That is
I can't
so
believe you
cool.
just found that. Yeah, we're getting that.
I need that.
I need that.
I need that.
I need that.
How about you just both pay for it?
Okay, hold on to that. We're definitely getting that. That's like, Mom, that's like the,
My grandfather, your great grandfather, he invented them. He gave it to my mom for Christmas.
yeah, I like it. That's so cute.